Hey everybody, I'm Samuel Deuth, and I am so excited that you're joining me for this course. I want to talk through the writing, book writing, publishing, uh, traditional route, self-publishing. Going to get into all the conversations and these next sessions together. So, taking some of what I've learned, I'm not, the number one expert out there, but I've learned a lot. And I have released 7 books, some self-published, some published with authors. For example, a few of them right here: The Process of Promotion, 9 Ways that God Uses Obscurity to Test Our Life. This was one of those 10 years in the making kind of books. I've got a few books this is a series I've started to develop. 52 verses to teach your kids, 52 verses for youth. These are exciting. Publishers really loving those. People are enjoying those. Um, a book for preachers who are developing how to preach, right? Calling, character, and craft. That's been a fun one. I teach courses around that as well. Here's a kind of a coffee table book that I love. It's called Land of the Free, 100 quotes on faith and freedom that inspire courage and require action. So I love that great kind of coffee table. And then this one, even though this is my first, I wanted to bring it up as last because this is been the book that really started me on this journey, as well as not only has been done well and is actually kind of the basis for a lot of what I do as an author and writer and producer. It's also a number one best-selling book as well. This is utilized in churches across the world, including the church that I'm a part of and pastor at, called Awaken Church here in San Diego, California. But churches across the US, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, England, and beyond are utilizing this book. We also have it in multiple languages, Spanish being one of them. I have a copy right here, but we've got it in Arabic and Urdu and Telugu and a few other languages that are being developed. So I bring that up just to let you know that it's been a journey. And in 7 years, I've been writing longer, but 7 years ago, I released this first Following Jesus book, and then it has been 7 books plus other workbooks. And I don't even have the kids. I have a kids illustrated book that I actually did as well that I don't have a copy here in front of me. And that has been fun as well. So 7 plus with resources and translations and languages. So I want to teach you what I have learned, what I've been able to glean in this process of writing, in this process of development, and going after sort of releasing content. And in this first session, I just wanted to kind of bring up those resources, but also, highlight some things we're going to get into. Going to get into my writing process, going to get into publishing, different resources, things that I've done, editing, development, design, kind of the whole gamut. But I wanted to start first with, in this initial session, more of just a call and a challenge and an encouragement to you as a writer, as an author, or somebody who's considering beginning that process, that your messages, the things that you have in your heart to write, that idea that you've got, you're wondering, man, should I write it? Do I need to write it? My encouragement and my challenge to you is yes, write the book. Get the message out there. Get that thing out there that's on the inside of you. When I was young, probably in my young 20s, going through college, and I'd have a friend similar age saying, hey, I'm thinking about writing a book. I had an initially kind of a pessimistic mindset around that. I was like, okay, cool. Knock yourself out, write a book. Who cares? I'm not buying it. Wait till you've done something. And while there is value, depending on the kind of book you're writing, to have certain levels of experience or fruit or wins on the board, if you will, we'll talk more about that later on. The truth is that as a writer, somebody who feels called to that, somebody who feels a passion around it, somebody who feels a conviction around it, the messages that God has put in you, those things burning on the inside of you, those thoughts, those ideas that go, man, this would help people. Man, this book would be so good. Man, this message needs to get out there. If you've got that, if you've got that sense, I want to encourage you, write the book. Here's the honest truth. You could always do an updated version in 5 years, 10 years, and 20 years if you feel like you just learned so much that that original content is elementary and you want to upgrade it. You can always release an updated edition. So don't hold back. Don't let insecurities, don't let doubts, don't let your fears stop you from writing and producing and publishing those books that are in your heart. And the truth is, the publishing game has changed. We'll get into that later on, but you don't need, big stack of cash somewhere that you just have nothing to, earmarked for it to do to be able to really publish a book. You can get started now, and you can literally get started for little to no money, maybe even free, depending on your personal skill. But within a couple $100s, you could be launched, released, and have a book that is thriving, making an impact, and making a difference in the world that surrounds you. One of the stories, some of you guys watching this, obviously myself, I'm a Christian, a follower of Christ. I'm a pastor and leader as well. Many of my books kind of lean into that genre. But you may be watching this coming from different perspectives. And maybe your industry is in the beauty industry, or it's in real estate, or it's in politics, or whatever your zone may be that you want to write or you want to speak into. And this is going to be helpful for everybody, no matter kind of what your topic or what your audience is that you're writing for. But I wanted to just remind you, I'm reminded of the story of Esther. It's found in the Bible, and it's a really powerful moment where, there's a plot of evil against her people. Her cousin Mordecai hears about it. That's the Jewish people. Here's about the story, here's about the plot, gets word to Esther, who at that point had been elevated to being the queen of the land. I mean, it was a shocking story. It's painful and beautiful and amazing, and there's tragedy. It's got all the makings of a great film, right? And so her story is being written. She's in the palace, and now she has the potential ability. She's positioned to be able to maybe say something that could save her people. And Mordecai says, Esther, you've got to do something. And the queen initially goes, man, due to the customs of the time, she can't just go to the king whenever she wants. No one could do that. They had to be summoned, they had to be invited into the presence of the king. And so she has not been for a bit. So she's nervous. She sends a message back to her cousin saying, listen, I don't think it's going to work. I'm not the one. I don't know if I'm going to be able to talk to him. And Mordecai sends back a message that I love, that I think speaks to us here right now in this moment. And he says to her, if you remain silent at this time, right? If you remain silent at this time, deliverance for the Jews will arise from another place. But he says, you and your people will perish. You and your family, you and your household will perish. And I bring that up to say, and then he says, who knows that you've been brought to a royal position for such a time as this? And I want to just challenge you that message in your heart, that book you've been thinking about, it's such a time as this message. What you're here for, and if there's a reason, if you got a burden for something, chances are it's because God has put it there. Chances are it's because your generation needs it, your sphere needs it, your circle needs it, your people need it. People in your world need to hear this message. And if you remain silent, man, God's going to have to find somebody else. He's going to have to raise up another messenger. He's going to have to raise up another writer. And God will ultimately see these messages get out to the world. But who knows that your time, your season, your moment is right now. And if you're silent, it could be the death of people in your world. Maybe not literally, hopefully not literally, but it could be the death of their dream, the death of their purpose, the death of their calling, the death of their potential. And I want to encourage you right now. I want to encourage you right now to write the book, finish the book, release the book, get it out there. People need what's on the inside of you. Don't hold back, right? Don't allow maybe the voice in your head is going, man, someone's already written that book on finance. Someone's already written that book on relationship. Someone's already written that book for teens. Someone already wrote that book for parents. Somebody already wrote that book for, real estate agents, or the sales book, or, the gardening book, the cookbook. I mean, whatever it is that you're writing, that you're wanting to release, um, you might have that thought, man, somebody wrote it. I'm telling you what, somebody maybe did, but if you have it in your heart to write it, then you need to write it, because the way you're going to say it, the way you're going to get the message out there is going to be unique. It's going to be special. It's going to be different. It's going to be necessary. Okay. So listen, not everybody feels the urge to write. You're tuning into this video and into this course, these next sessions, because something is on the inside of you that either feels like, man, I love writing and I want to write, or maybe you're like, man, I struggle with the concept of writing, but I feel I'm burdened. I'm weighed down with this message that's on the inside of me. I've got to get it out. Maybe you've got a story and a testimony of pain, and maybe you've overcome addiction. And you're like, now I've got to write this story. I've got to help people. I'm telling you what, if it's in you, it needs to get out of you, right? It needs to be released into the world. And God probably has an assignment on your life. And that's the reason why there's a burden in you to write. So get started. I'm going to help you. I'm going to give you some practical tools, how to write, how to put a book together, how to go through that process. I know that can be scary initially. It's like, man, it feels like I'm trying to, eat a whole elephant, and we're going to get one bite at a time. We're going to get one simple step at a time, and we're going to be able to see your project through. I'm telling you what, you can do it. You can do. You're like, man, I don't know if I'm the writer. I don't know if I'm the person. I don't know if I'm telling you what, you can do it. You can write this book. You can release this message and allow this transformation to come. So I'm so excited. These next sessions that we're going to jump into, get ready, buckle up, lean in, take notes, get ready. We're going to talk about how to write. We're going to talk about how to create. We're going to talk about audience. We're going to talk about publishing. We're going to talk about editing. We're going to talk about marketing. We're going to talk about platform building. We're going to talk about all the things related to writing, releasing, publishing, producing, and ultimately adding your message into the world, adding value. Really, as an author, as a writer, we're giving words to other people. There's so many, they're like, man, how do I see this? How do I say this? How do I, maybe they feel something, and you're going to be the ones that give them the words they need to articulate, to change, to transform, to strengthen, to get healthier. There could be a range of things you're going to write in a way that's going to give them the words that they've been looking for, the words that they need for transformation. And as you write and as you release, you're going to serve people. As writers, this is about serving people well. It's about bringing a message that's going to shift things, open up things, transform. It's going to help. It's going to serve. That's what we want to be as writers. We are going to serve people really, really well with that message. And you might be like, okay, but how do I make a lot of money? Okay, let's talk about that. We'll get into that. I've seen some great success in that. I've got some ideas and strategies I want to share with you. But first and foremost, we don't write just to get wealthy. We write because we want to help. We want to serve people. We want to serve people with the message that is on the inside of us. All right? You ready for it? Thank you, Lord. It's going to be a good few sessions. We're going to dig in. I'm going to share some of the principles of how I walk through the publishing process, how I walk through the writing process, and going to encourage you with some of the stories along the way. All right, get ready for the next session.